Greetings, YouTube. Today's story comes out of New Zealand. A New Zealand woman who chose not to vaccinate one of her children was candid when describing how her decision ultimately put her son's life in jeopardy. Ali Edward Lansby told the radio station The Hits she chose to vaccinate one of her children, but not her son Cameron, who later contracted the measles and became very ill. When probed by the radio's host as to why she had made the choice to not vaccinate Cameron, Edwin Lazenby said, "A research paper that claimed there was a link between vaccines and autism influenced her decision." Wakefield should be required to be beaten every day. Not enough to kill him, but enough to hurt him for every day, forever. And I just dropped something on the floor. Sorry. Because his actions in an attempt to make money have caused irreparable harm to the world at large. It has led to the deaths of people. It has led to children being scarred for the rest of their lives. Why? Because he's convinced gullible folks that vaccines are bad. Now remember, when Wakefield originally put forth this idea, it was not because he believed that vaccines were bad. It is that he was marketing his own vaccine, and he wanted to convince people that the vaccines currently on the market were bad. This is the equivalent of Ford trying to convince you that Chevys suck, and then people deciding that Ford is right and that everyone who drives a Chevy should be hunted down and killed. That's about the equivalent of what Wakefield did. It's morally bankrupt, but you know, what the heck? It's only the lives of children, right? It's only the lives of people whose immunity systems are compromised and they can't have vaccines, or they've come from countries where vaccines are not as available. So they come here and they get the measles. Or go to New Zealand and get the measles, places that had pretty much eradicated the measles. The United States at the moment is at risk of losing its measles-free status at the moment. Next month, we may lose it in the United States because of the idiocy of people that follow the bullshit that Wakefield has spewed across the world. And at this point, I'm not sure what you can do. It's really hard to argue with someone who has arrived at a position based on ignorance, based on lies. How do you get them out of that, other than one of their own children contracting measles and almost dying? Let's hope that that's not what it takes to get every single anti-vaxxer out there to change their mind. Because there are anti-vaxxers that don't have kids. So I guess they're never going to be convinced. Or is it going to take their grandchildren or their nieces or their cousins or brothers or something, or sisters, to almost die for them to realize, hey, you know, vaccines are pretty good and are pretty much the most well-understood branch of medical science that humanity has? Yeah. Wakefield and those that follow his vile lead are causing material harm in the world. Thankfully, this kid survived, and his mother smartened up. But I'm hoping it doesn't take this every single time to help change one of these anti-vaxxers' mind and realize that vaccines are safe and really, really vital.